Hey guys, this is your girl Nandi Mahlobo and welcome to my YouTube channel. If this is your very first time, I'd like to say hey, and if you are a returning viewer, I'd like to say thank you for joining me again. I'm really excited about today. I know we are actually on level 2. So a lot of things we are able to do now, except obviously we still have to keep our social distancing. We still have to wear our mask everywhere we go, and we have to keep our hands clean at all times so that we are actually working towards a bigger goal of ending this pandemic. So I hope you actually doing your part too. I'm doing mine always, and I'm respecting the rules as well. So this is Nandi's Couch, my YouTube channel, of course, and I am Nandi Mahlobo, and I actually am a life coach. So things that I actually are important to me, I've decided that I will not be focusing on everything that is out there for life coaching. I only am focusing on things that actually I feel they matter to me and things that I understand best. So I'm actually I only focus on 3 things, and I also do public speaking. So I focus on I focus on mental health, because as you know, I'm a psychology major. So psychology and therapy is what I know and what I love doing. Psychology is my first love, and I focus on advocating for mental health. I focus on self-improvement. So I work with my clients whereby I help them improve their situation, whether it's private, whether it's work related or otherwise. I also focus on the third one will be the relationships. I also am a relationship coach. I have a lot of experience, and I feel like I am able to actually have great stories to share, and also I am able to help others make sense of their situation. I'm sorry about that. Wow, it's the wind, so please do bear with me. And also you'd find that there's gonna be a lot of noise outside because it's during the day. It's the only time I could find, so I had to stick to the time that I could find. So yeah, I am going to be speaking a lot. So guys, today I'm going to be speaking on a very, very, how can I put it? It's a very, very dear topic to me. It's love, and I love love. Those who know me already know that I just love love. I don't know why, but I just do. And I always feel like it's the most beautiful thing that God ever gave us. It's love. So I think we all also need it. This is why we yearn and long for it all the time. And no matter how much we've been hurt before, we still look forward to being loved again. It's more like a necessity in everyone's life. And besides, scientifically, the studies have shown that love actually brings us so much happiness, and it actually makes us live longer. It also suppresses our stress levels. There's so many benefits of love. So today I'm not going to be speaking of love as a whole topic, but I'm just going to be focusing on the 7 pillars of love, 7 pillars that actually make up a happy and a healthy relationship. Now, how I picked up these pillars, they normally have worked for me and also my clients, and I decided that I'll do research on them. And when I've done research on them, I found out that yes, a lot of authors, a lot of relationship experts, a lot of philosophers, psychologists, like most people that I would say that have an interest in love as both as a subject and a way of life, they also agree with me, and they do actually believe that these 7 are very, very vital to making sure that our relationships last, and not only that they last, but they actually great to be in, and it's exciting to be in, and it just helps us get into a better place, as we are people. And also it makes us also try and understand and know our partners as well. So what are these pillars that I'm talking about? I am going to be sharing a lot on them today, and I'm just going to be quick on them because as you know, I'm always trying not to go overboard with the time, because I know a lot of people don't have the time to listen to every little thing that we have to say on YouTube. People don't have that much time on their hands, so I'm gonna just dive right in. My tongue. I'm gonna dive right in, and I'm going straight. So number one will be respect. Right, so respect is like the cornerstone of every relationship. I feel like respect is like being able to see your partner as a whole, instead of just somebody you can control or someone you can just get whatever you want from them. Respect goes a long way. There's so many things that you wouldn't do or take for granted if you respect someone. Now, when you respect your partner, you are able to understand that even though that they are different from you, even though that they've been raised differently from you, and even though they might not think like you, but the way they think, you actually respect the way they think. You respect who they are. You respect how they view the world. You respect what they say, what they do. It's like sort of acceptance, where you openly accept your partner. And respect is so important, because if you do not respect your partner in love, you are forever going to have problems. You are forever going to not listen to what they have to say. You are forever going to question everything they do. You are always going to not feel like they even deserve you, because if you can't respect someone, it's like, if you can't respect someone, it means that you easily take them for granted. So respect is really a cornerstone of every relationship, and for any good relationship to survive, anyone who is in a good relationship and healthy relationship will tell you that one of the greatest things, or one of the greatest pillars that they have in the good relationship, is that they respect each other. They never take each other for granted, and they respect each other's views. And even though they do disagree sometimes, because we're humans and we are going to quarrel now and then, but at the end of the day, you'd find that they do come to an agreement to disagree on something, or they will compromise and work whichever way works best for both of them. So respect is definitely at the top of the list. You have to respect someone you love, or someone who's your partner. And in general, you have to respect everyone, right? So that's number one. And moving right along, number two is one that you all know this, and a lot of relationships fail because of not having enough of this, or totally not having it at all. So what am I talking about? Number two, I'm speaking about trust. Trust is very, very vital. It's so important. It's actually the foundation of every good and loving relationship. If you do not have trust and you find that you have the love, the relationship will exist, yes. However, you'd find that the relationship will be shaky, and if nothing changes, you will find that your relationship will end eventually. And there's always going to be problems, because when you trust someone in your relationship, it simply means that you actually trust what they have to say. You trust that you can confide confide in them. You trust that this is your best friend. You share your biggest secrets with them. You when you trust someone, you feel safe when you are with them. You feel that you can be yourself when you are with them. So trust is very, very important. And like, I have lived relationships because of trust issues before, and I found that if someone does, it doesn't have to be you doing something to them. I've had relationships where people that I was in the relationship with were cheating. They were cheating for me. So what would happen, because they know that they're cheating on me, they would also assume that I could possibly be doing the same thing because they were doing it. So it would become a trust issue, whereby they now want to be like, to make sure they put measures that I felt like, okay, I'm no longer trusted in this relationship, because now this is how they feel. And in the end, I'd find out that that person was the one that was actually cheating on me the whole time. And it is not nice when you have trust issues. And I've also had a relationship where someone proved why I couldn't trust them also. And it's not a nice thing, because now you have to question everything that they're doing. Or if they do a certain thing in a different way, then you think, oh, it's because of what happened before. It's crazy. But trust is important. Okay, so moving right along after trust, number 3 would actually be openness. That is being honest in a relationship. It is important, guys, to be always honest in a relationship. Do not take anything for granted. Do not say, or it's do not say, oh, this is just a white lie, or I will tell them later, or omit some of the important stuff in your relationship. Please do not take it for granted. A relationship can end just because of a white lie. A relationship can end just because of someone omitting to speak the whole truth. So it is important. It's so vitally important. If you want a happy relationship, just be honest. It's not only good, but it's liberating. It makes both parties know and understand what they actually signed up for, or they signing up for, or whatever the case might be. But it makes both parties be in agreement. Okay, this is how it's going. I'm not able to do this, I'm able to do that. Just be open. Being open and transparent to your partner, it's not only going to make you feel good, but it makes both of you feel good, and it builds on the trust as well. So be honest with your partner. Do not hide anything from your partner, especially whereby it is concerning both of you and the relationship. So please, to keep a good relationship, please be honest. Please. And moving right along will be number 4, it's support. Now, a lot of people fail in this because they think that support is supposed to be like only material, like for material stuff. But support goes a long way. Like being in a relationship that brings mutual support and both parties are able to rely on each other, it is so, so important. Because just think of this. It's your best friend. Like, it's your best friend. So your best friend, when your best friend needs you, your best friend, you do not even think twice. You are there for your best friend. It could be 3 a.m. in early hours of the morning. It could be 6 o'clock in the afternoon. But when your best friend needs you, you leave everything and you are there for them. So your partner should be the same. You should be there for them and they should be there for you too. So it's more like a give and take relationship. It's not like only one party always needing something and the party giving. So it's a give and take. So make sure that in your relationship you have such a support structure where you both benefit from this love and this relationship. Okay, moving right along, number 5. Wow, this number 5 one is very, very it's almost always missing in most relationships, but I've had clients whereby I had to actually um, mediate between the two partners, and this one was something they really fought over, and it just always happens this way in most relationships, especially us African people. It always mostly happened this way. So the fifth one is equality. So like, one would say, what does equality mean? Does it mean that my wife can have her own rules now, or my wife can have a say over me, or what the case might be? But like, equality means that both parties, both you and your partner, matter in the relationship. There is no one that is going to dominate the other. Yes, we know the hierarchy of a home, how it's set up, and yes, you have to respect your husband, and yes, you have to be submissive to your husband, and he has to love you, and that we cannot change. I accept that. However, it does not mean that now, because your husband is the head of the family, now everything that he wants must happen, and you cannot have a say in your marriage or relationship. It's also the same thing by whereby we all have hobbies, and you'd find that most of the time the hobbies go for one party and not the other. So if one party is involved in some sport, the party that's not involved in sports will always have to support the one into sports, and you find that the one party is neglected, the one that's not into sports, and the one party that is in the sports field, okay, loving whatever. So you have to both know that you both matter, and you'll have to balance things out. Now, I'm not saying it's going to be 50-50. However, if I invite my partner out and say, let's go out with my friends, he must be saying, okay, babe, I will come with you, because you also always support me. And if he says, babe, I'm having dinner with my friends and I would love for you to come, you also do the same and say, okay, babe, that's fine. Let's go out with your friends. I'm happy with that. And it's very, very important that you also remain individuals in a relationship. Never lose yourself in a relationship, because that's what made you you. Now, if you're both just the same person, it's going to get boring after some time. So moving right along, number 6 is passion. All right, so passion, wow, this is really very important in any relationship, especially the love relationship. It's important to keep the fire burning. So this includes both in the bedroom and out of the bedroom. You must also remain excited. Always be excited about the relationship. Put in the work. Be ready to just invest in your relationship. We all know what they say about love scientifically, that it just brings out the best in us. It just makes us younger. We are more youthful, and we have less stress. You find that when we're passionate about our love and we invest in it, it makes us happier, and we just feel so connected if we are both being passionate, both in the bedroom and out of the bedroom. And there's no such thing as I'm tired, or I don't have the time. Really, in every relationship, yes, it's not the most important, but it's really one of the most important things, is to actually share yourself with your partner and be passionate about it, and create excitement around it, and make sure that you both show interest in it. And that might not only be exciting and make you happy, but it actually contributes to having a healthy and happy relationship. So it's also been shown that scientifically, people that are more connected in terms of both in and out of the bedroom are most likely to have less fights, are most likely to break up, are most likely to have their relationship end easily, But I'm not saying that it should be the only thing that you focus on. I've counted so many other things already. So, but it does really play a vital role for you to be passionate about your relationship and to be happy about it and excited about it. So, it doesn't matter whether you guys have been together for 5 years. It doesn't matter if you are married. It doesn't matter that you're starting out. I feel like personally, honeymoon period, it should be forever. You get people that have been married for 20 years and they're still loving each other because they choose to invest in their relationship. And if you love your relationship, so should you. You should invest in it. And it's very important and vital to be passionate about you and your partner and your relationship. And okay, so it's number 7. They say save the best for last, and I've saved the best for last. It's good communication. Wow. A lot of us fail at this, hey? Like, we were not taught how to express ourselves. These are things that we learn along the way. And for some of us, we are fortunate enough to be able to learn how to do this. But other people, it's not everyone who's going to be fortunate enough how to express themselves. And you find that when people aren't able to express themselves, they end up having this aggression within them and themselves, and it actually always comes out in a negative way to the next person. So I find that when I'm speaking to my clients, most people that are actually having a problem with this are the males. Like, men aren't able to fully express themselves, and this causes frustration for both them and their partner, because, as I said, the partner is always left to assume, whilst the other partner is expecting the other one to just automatically understand. Now, let's be realistic. We were not raised from this in the same way. We all have our own constructed ideas about life. We all don't think the same. So it is very vital and important that you actually find a way to express yourself to your partner at all times. A lot of good relationships end because there is no a good communication line between the couples themselves. So it is very, very important that you have a good communication structure. There are so many ways of communicating. You can write a letter to your partner if you feel like you are not able to fully express yourself. You can always communicate by texting. You don't have to be in front of your partner to tell them how you feel, but you really, really have to be open, and you really, really have to be very intentional about being a good communicator. You have to be open, and you have to allow yourself to be vulnerable to communicate what you want and what you do not want. It is very important to communicate. I think that it plays such a big role if you want a relationship that's going to last forever. Good communication, you have to learn it. If you don't know how to do it, learn it. And this goes out especially to our guys. Please learn how to communicate. There is absolutely nothing wrong with speaking your mind, speaking your feelings, and sharing with your partner. It's your partner after all. Okay, guys, I'd like to say thank you for joining me this week, and wait for it. Next week is going to be very exciting once again. I'm going to be speaking on something very important, and to not miss out, make sure that you do subscribe to my channel, Nandi's Couch. And I am very, very excited. For those that need to contact me, I'll be leaving my details after this, and you'll see in the end of this this vlog, you will get the information from there. You can contact me and we'll have a one-on-one, and I will be there to help you, and I will be there to want to grow with you, and make sure that you get all the advice and all the things that you and the tools that you might need to get to your next level, whether it's in your relationship, your personal self, and whether it's also mental health, because I do a lot of that as well as a coach. So please do not hesitate to contact me at nandimahlobo@gmail.com. I'm waiting. I will be answering your questions and we'll take it from there. So guys, thank you very much and do enjoy the rest of the week. It's actually the weekend, and have a great time. I love you guys. Mwah, 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 mwah.